A few days ago, I was scrolling through awards looking for some site of the day websites, and I came across one website that had insanely beautiful page transition. What really caught my attention was how unique the transition felt, cause you honestly don't see many tutorials or proper breakdowns for effects like this. So I thought, why not trying recreating the entire transition from scratch using Next.js and Next.view transitions. And this is what I achieved after spending some time experimenting and tweaking the animation. If you like this kind of breakdown content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to create more content like this. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. In the layout.js file, I imported a font called Intertide, and then inside the global CSS file, I applied the font across the entire website. Now coming to the page.js file, I am creating a header section with height dvh and width full to make it take the full screen height and width, and inside it I added an image with object cover so it properly covers the entire container. Right now I am keeping the layout very minimal cause our main focus is the page transition. So if you want, you can design it according to your own preference. Now on the top of the image, I am adding this gradient overlay using an absolutely positioned div. The main reason behind this is to create the better depth and contrast for the content that we will place above it later. And finally I am placing the main content above everything using an absolutely positioned container with flex alignment. So the text naturally sits toward the bottom of the hero section. Then for the heading, I am using a really large font size with tight tracking and compressed line height to make it feel bold and premium. You might think why I always play with letter spacing and line height. The simple answer is typography is not just text, it becomes the part of the visual identity. Alright, our hero section layout is completely done. So instead of rebuilding everything again, I am just copying the entire structure and pasting it into the about page, cause we want to keep the same visual composition and layout consistency across both pages. The only thing I'm changing here is the image and text content. Now comes the most important part, the navbar. In this kind of page transition setup, the navbar actually plays a huge role cause it is one of the main elements that stays visually connected between different pages. I am keeping the navbar simple as well cause again our main focus is the page transition, not complex UI elements. First I am importing the navbar component inside the layout.js file so that it stays persistent across all the pages. Then I am creating a fixed navbar positioned at the top center of the screen, and then adding this semi-transparent container with slight backdrop blur, subtle border and soft shadow to give it a clean glass morphism look. Now I am using link component, which is not coming from next link. It is actually coming from next view transitions. So if you have not installed it yet, make sure to install it before continuing. Now we can see an error saying that we need to wrap the entire layout inside view transitions. So let's do it quickly. Next, I am styling the links a little by adding smaller typography, tighter tracking and a semi-bold font weight to keep the navbar clean and minimal. I am creating another link for about page, and in between both links, I am adding a small line divider just to give the navbar a cleaner and more balanced look. Now, as we can see, whenever we change the route, there is a subtle fade animation, which means our view transition API is working properly. Now to create the exact page transition effect, I am heading into the global CSS and overriding the default view transition animations. So first, I am removing the default animation completely and keeping the blend mode to normal. And then I am setting the old view to lower Z index so we can fully control how the transition layers behave. Next, I am placing the new view above the old one using the higher Z index. and then creating the custom keyframe animation for the reveal effect. So the transition is basically starts from the center with a clipped and zoomed in state and then smoothly expand back to its normal size. And finally I am applying the animation with a custom cubic Bezier curve to make the transition feel much smoother. I think I made a mistake here, so let's fix it quickly before moving ahead. I forgot to add root inside both of these selectors, and because of that, the transition animation was not targeting the main view properly. Now it's working properly, but if you compare it with the inspiration website, you can notice that they are also using a border radius inside the clip path. To create that rounded reveal effect, I am using round 2VW inside the clip path, and then at the end of the animation I am bringing it back to round 0. And with this, our page transition animation is working perfectly. If this video helped you even a little, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one.